Hi guys, here's a riddle for you. What's every farmer's adage to fix anything? And, for extra credit, what's cheaper than 2 cases of brake cleaner? Plastic tub and a gallon of diesel. Welcome to the show today. Hey guys, so let me give you a little bit of an insight on what's been going on here in the last 24 hours. Here's my valve body. There's the lid for it. Now, if you watched a couple weeks ago, you remember this thing came off and my gaskets are still in one piece. It didn't even hurt them. Now, I want you to hear me out. So I did the farm all. This is what every old farmer's done, fixes everything. And I'm telling you what, I've been there. I mean, I just did it. Something ain't working right, soak it in diesel for a couple days. Well, that's what happened here, friends. And let me show you a few things. Well, guys, I've been studying my manual here and obviously studying this thing quite a bit too. Now, as you can see, she is a lot cleaner inside, and soaking it in fuel has actually loosened up just about everything in here. So guys, this is my C4 clutch. This was stuck before. It's still stuck, but it's moving now. It will. Let's see if you can kind of see what I'm, there we go. It's still a little sticky, but at least it's moving, guys. I can polish number C4 up and maybe get that one to work like it's supposed to. Just pop in and out of there like it's supposed to do. Across the street here on C1, C1's working just fine now. I do believe C1 was locked up last time. C3. Nope, C3 is still sticky, but it's definitely moving, guys. I could pop that out of there, polish that up, and get it to work. Now C2, which is on, gotta flip her over to see C2. Now C2 was seized up before, and look at it go. That is working like a champ, just like it's supposed to be, guys. So there's a lot of things happening, and you can see there's still, well, maybe you can't see. There's still some gunk in there, so I need to pull all 4 of the clutch, or all 4 of these valves out and clean them. That has to happen. So my reverse limiter, which is this guy right here, that one's moving real freely. No problem there. I don't think that was ever a problem before, but good to know that it does work. My inching pedal and my clutch pedal, that was working before, and it's working fine now. It actually feels a little smoother now since I've soaked it, but it works really well. My range selector, no problem there. I've got my bushings and all the extra pieces. I'll start with this guy right here. So as you can see, friends, soaking this thing was the right answer. This really cleaned this up a lot. It's practically brand new now. Let's see, what do I need for tools here? Not that one. Okay, so here's what we got inside of here. You got that spring, and it's all in the manual. And like I said, in case I screw it up, I can probably save it. Now the hard part, friends, is going to be getting, oh, wait a minute. Yes, they do. The fine people at Case put threads in the end of these so you can pull them out easy enough. Now, I just got to figure out if I got the right screw for it. I thought they said it was a 10 by 24, which I happen to have one right here. Of course, it's too short. All right. Now we're going to play with hardball. So. There we go. Save the day. All right, so all I want to do, guys, is polish this up a little bit and maybe run a little something down in here to do the same thing. Make sure that baby slides in and out of there real easy squeezy, and put her back together and hit the second one up. Just take my brake cleaner and clean everything up nice. Same with this. We'll just let that drip dry for a minute. Okay. Now just for good measure, I'm going to take this paper towel here, kind of just dry up the little residual that I got there. I don't know if it'll make a difference. It'll probably evaporate anyway, but whatever. Main thing too is I want to make sure that inside this gallery where the end of that plunger was sitting is clean, because there's a little bit of clutch material stuck in there. Got it. We're in good shape. So this guy's all cleaned off. That's all clean. Next thing I'm going to do, I got some oil. It ain't exactly hydraulic oil, but you know what? It's slippery. What more do I need? Let's see how that goes back in there. Beautiful. Guys, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So let me douse my spring with a little cleaner. Same with this. There's a little plunger. You want to make sure your plunger's inside the spring instead of up against it or wherever. Same, want to make sure the inside of this is clean, because that can hold stuff too. Wonderful. Okay, and back together she goes. So oh, that's perfect, guys. My C1 valve is opening and closing just like it's supposed to be doing. Now, according to my book here, that needs to be 13 to 15 foot-pounds. So let's, hey. There we are. That's one down. I'm going to take all four out, guys, just because. If I'm doing one, I might as well do the rest of them, even though some of them work all right. I'm going to get the rest of them cleaned out, guys. Since you've seen me do one, I'm just going to do the other three on my own. Catch you back here in just a minute. Well, friends, I suppose might as well get that tractor split. Now that I got all this valve body stuff in perfect condition, it may even end up in my garage, because I don't know if I want it out here, and I don't know how long this is going to be split. We'll worry about that when the time comes. So, on we go. Now, friends, I have decided that I'm going to do the right thing and follow the manual, step by step, just to make sure I'm not doing it wrong. So, well, let's see, what do we got here? Step 1, sheet metal and accessories to be removed. That's not really a step. There's just a lot of arrows and pointing there. Step 2, remove the bolt securing lure panel to the casing bracket. Guys, I think I can skip a few steps here. Let's see. Step 3, remove bolts securing the front panel. Check. Pull bottom louver and side panel out. Check. Remove bolts securing hood decals. Yeah, check. Remove bolts securing hood. Check. Remove plea cleaner, muffler, and radiator cap. Check, check, check. Raise hood. Bingo. Remove bolts. Geez, it's still on the decals. Yeah, they're gone. They're not there anymore. Remove decals. Okay. Remove securing rear side panel. Done. Well, there's the first page done, guys. I'll tell you what, this project is already ahead of schedule by a long shot. That puts us at step 12. There's only 36 steps in the whole thing, so that's pretty good. Remove side panel. Yes, did that already. Okay, step 13. Attach suitable supports to the engine and transmission housing. Well, half check. I got to get my transmission jack on the back of that transmission, though, so maybe now would be a good time to do that. Now, the real question is this going to go high enough? This tractor sits a mile off the ground. There, that's much better. Now, I fear this jack is going to be in my way, because I'm going to have to get up in here and do stuff, but, well, maybe not. I can definitely think of a better place for it, but it doesn't think it matters what side I put this on. Either way, it's going to be in the way either way. But, okay, Easy. Quit jacking. So, bang, bang, bang. Got that problem solved. What's next on my list? Drive wooden wedges between front axle and front axle support on each side. Well, don't you know? Check. Okay, finally, get into the fun start. Disconnect battery ground cable first to prevent battery from shorting out. Well, no battery in it, so I think that base is also covered. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and kill two stones with one bird here, and I'm just going to, rather than pull just the ground cable off, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the whole starter. Can't see where that's going to be doing me any good right here where it's sitting. What do I need here? 12-point socket. Now there is an unreasonable amount of dirt between the starter and the block of this thing. Tremendous. Let's see what we're getting into here. Okay, get rid of this guy. Of course, I forgot the small one for him. No big deal. Get rid of that. Come on. Oh. I'm getting too old for this stuff. Jesus criminy. Okay, so that is definitely a 1/2-inch 12-point. Sticky on top of that. Okay, well, the bolt come all the way out. That's a good sign. Negative cable's off. Now, I know there's no battery in, but I feel safer already knowing that's there. So what else do we got? I got a bolt on the bottom, which is not a 12-point. And I got one hit up here in the dirt that I can't even see. Now, since I don't know what size these are, I'm just going to take a guess at a 3/4. How am I going to do this without breaking the whole shooting match? I am going to use a bigger piece of wood than that. There we go. Well, let me trade this out for a 3/4-inch wrench and hope for the best. You know, another thing I find intriguing here, which I might just take care of right now since I'm right here and it'll make this a little bit easier. Nowhere in them instructions did it say to remove these frame rails yet. They got to come off. Interesting. Well, since I'm standing right here, bet you that's a 3. Yep, sure enough. This is happening. Okay, there's that. Let me grab my impact and zap those big ones out of there. All right. Of course, they're not gonna fit them. Why's everything got way? Can't you guys just use one size bolt for most things? No. Of course not. This has got 7 bolts in it, 3 different sizes. Outstanding. How heavy is this guy? Heavy enough, I'll give it that. Oh. Yep, heavy off. Okay, we'll put this next to his buddy here. Let's see if I can get this starter out of my life. And I'm going to do it this way. Let's get this bolt out first. Yeah, if I can do this without dropping it, all the better. Okay, well, I lied. I am going to drop that. But this guy, let's sneak him right on out of here. I like it. Well, next two instructions say disconnect the oil pressure line and the tachometer. Well, since I'm standing right here, and I brought my wrenches. Okay, oil pressure line free. Now, I'm just guessing, friends, that when I read into this a little further, there's a handful of lines that are going to, well, maybe some of that stuff will stay. I don't know. I'm not going to jump to conclusions here. I'll follow the directions. Let me get the rest of this guy off of here. Okay, so we'll just push him up through there so I don't forget. Let's go see what the manual says next. Let's put that tachometer line right in the exhaust. Perfect. Let's put that off to the side there so I know it's, well, so I know it's out of the way. Okay, what's next? Okay, oil pressure, starter, engine. If you quit with air conditioning, disconnect air conditioning hoses. No. Okay, well, friends, next thing on the agenda, I got some power steering, return, and go forward lines. I'm going to have to get them off. There are 4 of them up here. So, got 4 lines here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Just got to unhook those real fast here. Now, let me see. What do I need to get these out of the way? Okay, well, there's one coming off. That's not so bad. Maybe it won't leak a whole big bunch, but, well, I've been wrong about everything with this tractor, so might as well just be prepared this time. There's 2. Okay. Okay, there. And 2. Now, I got this new ladder with a few less steps on it, thinking it'd be more handy than the other one. Well, I could use maybe another one of those steps, but I'll try. That Fluffy I hear? Hey. Come on in where it's warm. What do you... I'm not going in the house. You can come out here. Those buggers, she thinks she can just come out here and say, hey, Dad, let me in the house. Nope, not going to happen. All right, back on this. There, okay. Well, there's all that. And one grumpy ass cat. Friends, I went ahead and did a couple extra steps. I had to turn on the old hot blaster here because it was getting chilly. I got her back up to 55 again, but I think I'm going to call her a day because I think where I'm sitting right now, I got all my bases covered. Now I want to show you something. Now I did get, fuel, inlet, outlet, up and down, everything's tied off, brackets. They made mention of the heater hoses. Well, this tractor didn't have heat. Someone conveniently routed it into itself before I even got it. So there's that. I got all the rest of the lines unhooked. This can stay. These will go back with the rest of the tractor. Now, I wanted to mention just a couple things. if you're doing one of these. Now, like I said, guys, I tried to follow my manual pretty straightforward from everything. Now, right here, these here where it says disconnect the engine harness from the panel harness, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I don't really know how necessary that is, only because, not that I didn't want to do it, but I thought to myself, well, that's that mess. It's not going to the front of the tractor, so I don't know. It's not even going to the engine. The only thing going to the engine was this harness, which is clearly not going to the engine anymore. So I don't know, guys, why they would want me to do that. And like I said, whatever. I mean, I'm just, in a few more minutes, we'll learn here. And if I have to disconnect those to get the front of this tractor off the back of this tractor, well, I'll be eating my words. But for now, I guess I can't see why it would have to go. The only other thing, they wanted me to disconnect what they called, I think it's this one right here, the brake pressure relief tube. I don't know why they would want me to unhook that. All the brakes are on this end of the tractor. Nothing's going. But with that being said, now see where I wrote this in here. Line from the power steering rack to the top plate on the trans. Now guys, I didn't see that direction in here anywhere. And had I not been paying attention, I wouldn't have noticed it even. But as I was looking through here and wondering why I would want to unhook that, I was kind of following these lines through to see where they go. And I come across this little beauty. I unhooked him. He just goes up into the top plate there, which will have to come off at some point. I think I'm going to wait till I get everything off before I go ahead and pull that. But that's got to go. But again, all that line does, and see, if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't think anything because it's all in orange and it goes inside of this tube. And it just goes right in the top of the power steering rack. Yeah, and that little guy hooks on right there. So, like I said, I do believe that this line that hooks on right next to it here, that's the line that they're talking about for the brake tube, or the brake relief up there. But again, it's just coming back here, so I don't really need to lose any sleep over that, I don't think. So friends, at this point, I'm ready to take bolts out of that bell housing, or what have you, torque tube housing, whatever. That's my last step. Shove my engine stuff right back under there. I figured I'd let all this stuff just sit and drip for a day. I'll clean that up tomorrow. I'm all done working for tonight anyway. But as far as I can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. And I got over here 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 3 on the bottom. We got 10, 11, and 12. There's 3 up underneath that panel, which those I guess are kind of fun to get to. So that's 15. 15 bolts away from seeing this tractor split in 2. And then once I get it apart a little bit, read in my manual, I'll have to take the bolts off the, what should be a clutch, the torque limiter. They basically made it sound like in the book, it'll either slide out or it won't. If it doesn't slide out, you just got to take those bolts out and bingo. And at that point in time, guys, we'll be able to assess more damage. Oh, I can't wait. It's just like a treasure map, like a treasure. But anyway, friends, that's gonna do it for tonight. We'll get back at this tomorrow. Okay, guys, I got everything staged up here. I got some blocks, my transmission jack. Don't worry, it's a super heavy duty one. It's not one of those cheap 800-pounders. Got my stands. Now, I noticed another thing. Reading in my manual there, it didn't say anything about draining fluid out of the transmissions. Seems like, and maybe I'm wrong, but seems like that's something that should have to be done if you're, I guess I don't know. I don't know how any of this thing works, but I went ahead and drained the fluid, at least out of the first 3 plugs. Figured that would get it below that level anyway. So, now, the best part here, I got 3 bolts that are up underneath here, so I got to get them out from up here. That'll be super fun. I can't wait to get at it. In fact, I can't wait so much I'm going to do those 3 first. Then I thought, well, I might as well get these 3 out of the bottom here. And then I'll get that one. And then I'll get these 3. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. I figure I'll leave them 2 big ones because they're easiest to get to. And there's less chance of me getting squished if something goes wrong if I can escape. And I can escape easily from the sides, not so much from the bottom or the inside of the tractor. So, you know, guys, it helps to have a winning plan every time. Hell, I suppose, guys, this thing ain't gonna split itself. Much as I wish it would. What do we got here? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that. All right, let's see what's crapping in here. Oh man, I can't even see. Oh man, well, maybe I can go up through the bottom instead of through the cab door. That might be, yeah, let's do that. Let's see, and watching the other video I watched where the fella split this tractor, he said you could reach up there with a series of extensions and an impact. Well, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to get this right out of my way for a minute, though, because hopefully with those 3 bolts out, there's still not much of a chance of it coming down and squishing me. So let's see. Ouch. Where are you little rascals? Yep, that's the right size too. Good guess. Oh. One of those times where I think the people at Case said, this will be a good idea on a tractor that's 100% certain going to have to come apart. Super. Well, it would be better, but my knee hurts so bad today. I don't know what I did to it, but just add it to the list of things that are going wrong. Ouch. Okay, there we go. In position. We even put a hydraulic line right square in the way. Okay. Yeah. Still got to get her from in the cab, but at least I can see it from down here. Geez, now my other knee's starting to hurt. Okay. Come on, bolt. Are you kidding me? There's another hose in the way. There's one. Let's put that in a safe place. Let's try for this top one. Good vibes. Okay. How about that? There's 2 of the 3. Can I make it all 3 without rounding the head off it? I don't know. Geez, that felt like it came out. Hey, it did. Got the 3rd blind bolt out. And once again, if anybody from Case is still alive that would have been in the process of designing this tractor, thanks. Appreciate you. Okay, enough of that, guys. Let's get the easy stuff out now. Let's see, as I keep right on going here. The stuff on the bottom, sure. Let's see, where do I want to wobble? How about right there? That's a good spot to wobble. How about this one first? That's more like it. Okay. 2 medium-sized bolts on this side, 1 medium-sized bolt on that side, then 2 big ones, and just like that, guys. Just, you know what I mean. Of course, there's a ladder in my way. I should have removed the ladder, I guess. Interesting. Well, there's a weird shoulder on that one. I'll be sure to put him exactly where he goes. There, and as suspected, yes, that one has a shoulder as well. And I'll be sure to put him in a safe place. Okay. So now it's all over but the heavy lifting, so I'm gonna get my ducks in a row here. Okay, this duck can go right back inside. Get up in there, duck. I like it. Ouch, stupid knee. Bingo, I like it. Well, let's get them loose anyway and see what happens. Well, let's do the same on this side, I guess. Ooh. Stuff's moving, that's good. Put a little on that. Put a little on these. Okay, so the gasket is now split. Let me bring you in here and show you what I'm talking about, friends, just so that we're all on the same page. Okay, now you see how I got a little bit of space here, and I got a little bit of space up here. Now that's good. That was my goal. I didn't have any space on top when I first did it, so that's why you just take them bolts out slow, raise it up a little bit, see how the other side's looking. Equally as exciting. This tractor's going to be in pieces in no time. Let's back this bolt out a little further again. Oh, perfect. She's just hanging on by a thread now, so that's kind of where I wanted it to be. Okay, since everything seems to be on the level, I'm going to get something in there and see if I can wedge that apart and start getting this thing apart. What better use for a tire iron than exactly that? Let's get a bigger stick. Okay, well, might as well take these bolts right out now. I guess that's good as any. It has to be. All right, so. All right, friends, I either got super lucky on this one or there's more wrong in here than meets the eye, but we are completely disconnected and pulled out. All I got to do is shove this thing forward another 10 feet and I can start digging into that power shift a little bit. Make sure I got everything unplugged here, but like I say, kind of excited that came out. It said in the manual that, it may or may not, who knows? So That's good. Let me get this tractor pulled forward a little bit here, guys. Well, friends, that is where I am going to leave you today. So I've got my work cut out for me now. I've got the back half of this all blocked up, so that should be safe. That should be fine. Now, fun part of this, I guess this power shift's a real son of a gun to get out of here. So I'll be looking forward to that. But hey, not like everything on this tractor hasn't been, so you know what? It'll all work out in the end, I'm sure. Now, I don't think there's room for this PTO shaft to come out of here. Maybe there is. How long does this thing go in? How many miles? More than that. I guess I'll have to figure that out because I believe that all has to go too. But guys, that's going to be a problem for another time. Guys, thanks for watching today. That's going to do it for me. We'll see you next time.